Thursday, December 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East. An impressive stretch of Arctic air over the next 10 days or so across the region. Let me show you why. Let's look at the 5,000-foot temperatures, the 850 millibar temperatures off of the European model. We're looking straight down at the pole, and this is today. What I want you to watch here is as we get into early next week, cross-polar flow, this air originating in Siberia, plunging across into North America, and settling down into the eastern half of the United States. And this is a brutally cold stretch of weather coming. It's certainly frigid today, and even colder shot of air coming early next week, and maybe even colder than that at the end of next week. I got a lot of charts to show you here as the video rolls along. Stick with me. Let's take a peek at the Cataloochee ski area. Lodge camera, boy, that looks good if you are into skiing and snowboarding. What a beautiful scene there. The temperature in Maggie Valley, 21 degrees. As I cut the video, and just some absolutely fantastic ski conditions at all of the resorts across the region. Yesterday had a chilly day. This morning it's cold. There's your Greensboro Tower camera, about 5:30 this morning. Temperature 19 with a wind chill at 12. The Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera, clear, crisp morning underway. 27 at the airport with a wind chill at 18. It's cold around the region. Now, again, yesterday it was cool. Triad area had highs in the low and mid 40s. Charlotte viewing area 40s to around 50. In Gastonia, some 30s in the high country. But everybody outside of the mountains probably a good 10 to 15 degrees colder today than yesterday. So, again, these are your 5:30 a.m. temperatures. It is cold around the region, cold across a lot of the country. And again, this is just the first of a few shots of brutally cold Arctic air that'll flood into the country. All right, so we have some high clouds overhead right now across North Carolina. Not a big deal, pretty quiet weather day. A little bit of light precipitation in Louisiana and southern Mississippi. That is yet another system that is going to stay far suppressed to the south. So you look at Futurecast here. Again, the footprint of precipitation with that one is indeed pretty far south, but it could bring a little bit of a wintry mix tonight into the Georgia and South Carolina coastal areas. Now, a frigid, dry day today for most of the Carolinas, and then there's that chance tonight for a little bit of that light wintry mix. Places like Charleston and Hilton Head down towards Savannah. Brief and probably insignificant, but interesting nonetheless. There's your highs across the Carolinas today. Certainly a pretty cold weather day, and then lows tonight look like that. Going to be a cold one for sure. Now we get into the day tomorrow. This is Friday. A little milder, but still on the cool side. There's your Friday highs. Saturday, the warmest day we're going to have in quite some time, or for quite some time, rather. So there's your Saturday setup, milder, just ahead of the next big blast of cold air that begins to arrive Sunday. Now, regarding potential storm systems, this is the upper-level energy, kind of a chaotic look here. There's a lot of energy flying around here and there, and the models are having a tough time figuring out what, if any, of these pieces of energy are going to try to amplify. I think most likely the Sunday-Monday system remains too strung out and suppressed to generate any overly significant precipitation, but I'm interested in the midweek period. Watch this trailing piece of energy there on the European roll in by Wednesday. So, again, Sunday and Monday looking cold and dry for most of the region. Now, having said that, we could certainly see a little bit of a wintry mix in, again, areas pretty far to the south. But Wednesday, there's the European model, and I'll show you the more detailed modeling in just a second. But that disturbance amplifies on the European just enough to generate some snow as it spin up that storm system. So again, this is the European 500 millibar chart Sunday evening. That piece of energy kind of broad strung out, not very impressive. But there's your trailing piece that wants to dig in just enough. And if you can get this piece of energy separated from the other pieces of energy enough, you could pop that low near the coast. It makes for an interesting weather scenario. So again, on the European, you get this scenario. This is Tuesday night, and then around daybreak Wednesday early afternoon, and then out it goes Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So you wind up with snow amounts, again, taken at face value from the European that look like that across the Carolinas. Now, the GFS does not amplify that energy enough to cause any precipitation, and so you have a cold, dry setup on the GFS. The Canadian at times has something similar to the European. This is its most recent run. There we go. There's Sunday, Monday against the press, but we go out to Wednesday. The most recent run a little bit east of the previous run, but again, this is close. If we can get that piece of energy to amplify enough, that could bring a quick-hitting snow event to parts of the Carolinas. That of all the systems flying around, that one is the one I'm most interested in at this point around the middle part of next week. Now, let me talk temperatures. I don't want you to miss this. This is the European high temperature setup for next Friday. Now, again, you got to factor in that it's counting on some snow cover, so that that's probably a little bit overdone. But look at that. That's Friday's highs. That's what it's showing for low temperatures Friday morning. Boy, that's brutal. Low temperatures Saturday morning of next week. Really an interesting blast of cold air that looks very, very impressive. You look at the European ensemble mean, there's your deviation from normal at 5,000 feet, valid Monday. And then you go out to Thursday and Friday. That is an impressive blast of cold air as you get toward the latter stages of next week, and the European ensemble mean temperatures. There you go. That is cold stuff for Charlotte and all of the Carolinas as a whole. So we'll see how that all plays out. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.